So the second way using the generic type parameter is actually pretty interesting. That if you look at the documentation from Microsoft, right here, it only talks about the way how to use it as a repeater, right? You basically repeatedly render the item in the item list. But there is a way to render a form by using the generic type parameter. Today I'm going to show how to use that to create a kind of an added form template to edit each one of these customer. And to do that, let's create another parameter. And that parameter is a T item. You see, this becomes interesting because the documentation doesn't mention anything. If you use the T item, it has to be a list, right? But we are going to come to this interesting part of it by declaring a parameter without a list. So we have a T item here, and then we're going to say item to edit. So this is the item for editing only, and then we're going to provide another render fragment that we can use this item to edit. That is going to be a render fragment with a generic type, and yes, it is the same generic type. Let's call this edit template, and you can usually we display a edit form in a dialog, like a model dialog, but in this case I'm just going to display right under the footer, because we have a footer. I forgot to render the footer, so let's display it right under. We'll have a line break, so display this form right under here. So we're gonna say edit template, right? But then again, because this is a generic type, you have to use it as a method. And so what are we going to provide here? So we have to declare, we already declared this. So I'm going to provide this as a parameter here. So basically we're telling Blazor that we are rendering this edit template, this render fragment right over here. And the data we're going to use is the item to edit, right? And then when we use it, basically we have to provide this item to edit with the item that we want to edit. In our case, it's the customer that we want to edit. So to do that, we want to change our template to provide an edit button, and that will go under the first div. And we're going to write a space here, and then we're going to write a button. And since we are using let's just call it a button. We're using Bootstrap, so we're using Bootstrap class, and then we call it edit, right? And the event handler of editing, we are going to say edit. We're going to say edit with a parameter, right? And that I'm going to say edit. Edit what? Edit the edit the customer, right? Because we have the context here, so we are editing this current customer, right? Let's just call it edit customer, and then we're gonna create this method right here. So it's gonna be private void, and then we're editing what? We're editing a customer. So this is the customer. Over here we have to pass this customer to the repeaters item to edit. So in order to do that, we have to reference our component. So we create a reference right here. So reference, and we just call it repeater. simple and clear. And declare that right over here as well, repeater. And this is our customer. We're dealing with customer, right? So provide this and repeater, and we call the repeater right over here. We say when we edit, we want the item to edit to be the current customer we are trying to edit. And then I believe we're gonna see an error here. Yes. Why? Because it says component parameter should not be set outside its component, right? So what we have to do is we have to remove this attribute, right? So we are having this over here, and we are having this over here. We don't want to display the template unless we're trying to edit, right? We're in the edit mode, so we have to have a logic here. We're gonna say this dot item to edit only when it's not. Now do we display this edit template? We can implement the edit template like this, and we are going to display, and we're gonna have we're gonna say component name. We'll make it simple, and we just use input with a class, so it's bootstrap is form control, right? And we're going to bind it to yeah, we're gonna specify a context right here. So the context is the current customer, and then I'm gonna call it the current, call the current customer, and then specify the property to bind to, and that, and come over here and make sure this is assigned correctly, and then we build it, and let's refresh. All right, so let's click on first customer. Yep, this time we see the company name. So in one of the future videos, I'm going to talk about lifecycle, and here we are seeing that we're actually triggering the event from the parent component, and usually, and also we notice that this item to edit was defined not as a parameter. So usually changing the public property that is not a parameter outside of the component will not actually trigger a re-render, but in this case it did. And the reason being is that one of the ways to trigger a re-render of a component is a event, right? Handling event. Although this event is handled outside of that component, right, the repeater component, but because you see this event is triggered right here, right over here on click event, and this button, although it's defined outside of the repeater component, but because it's provided as a template, so that is actually rendered by the repeater component, and so any event handling for this button is also considered as a like its own event handling, as the repeater component's own event handling. Therefore, when you trigger this event, it automatically render the repeater component. So we're going to talk more about that, about the lifecycle in future videos. So yeah, so let's take a look at this. And we have a form, and if we have a dialog, then we can display this in a dialog, and any changes is actually applied right there, right? So you can change the name, you can change a phone number right there, and you know, and it actually works. And then you can click on different things, so the company and everything changes. And if you come back, you see the changes actually retained. So yeah, this is a very interesting way to use the template component. If you're more creative, then you can actually take advantage of this very well. So that's everything I want to cover for today. If you like my video, please give it a like and subscribe. And I'll see you in future videos. Thank you.